I think I'm too loud. Feel too loud to me. Thanks, Tim. You didn't do my talk. So I'm just going to throw out what I did and expand on yours. Because I started off with the concept of, yes, it's always done unto us as we believe, and we need to live what we believe, but do we really know what we believe? Do you know what you believe? Sometimes. Honesty.
So it might be.
And the bad news is, and I think most of you know the bad news, is that whatever you're experiencing is really what you believe. Ouch. Who here has the absolute perfect, joyous life and everything is in perfect and divine right order? Okay, you guys go home. Just go. You don't need any of this. Now, I know that some of us will say that. Life is in perfect divine right order. I truly believe that. It doesn't always feel that way, though, does it?
No.
Do those same people who raise their hands, and the rest of you, do you have experiences that don't always feel real good?
Duh.
All of you that raised your hands?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. Okay, cool.
So we can stay?
You can stay. You can stay.
I did too. And I am again.
You don't have to. I mean, you can still go. No. So where do these beliefs come from? You know, when we're having experiences, be them, okay, we can put them into the 4 categories of financial, creativity or work, health, and personal relationships. Thank you. That was the 4 of them. Is there anybody here who doesn't have a single issue with any of that? No. Okay. So it is. And so it is comes up because you ever say anything that doesn't fit your belief system? Do you ever hear your mother's words come out of your mouth? I got some fun looks in the audience from that one. And there are things you don't really say you believe, but they're coming out of your mouth. Do you ever call anybody a name when they cut you off on the road? You know, does that, some kind of, statement about some part of their body and that's what they really are? Or... Ever do that? No?
Yes.
Just me? Okay, I don't always live what I believe. And so it is. Do you ever get on the phone and complain? Or go visit a friend and complain? Anybody do that from time to time?
I love it.
You love it. We're living those things. That's what we forget, is that, hey, a-hole! I had to come up with a way of saying that. And so it is. But it's not just them. Because what's that other thing about you point one finger and 3 are pointing back at you? Okay, now we're getting kind of scary, aren't we? So if I'm complaining, particularly about someone else, or I'm making a judgment about someone else, or I'm creating something that isn't really what I want, that's actually what I believe? Dave wants to interject.
No, it's not an
No, it's just what you believe.
I heard something this week that says if you're complaining, you're making yourself a victim.
You're making yourself a victim if you're complaining. It's true. We are creating our experience. The problem is we say we believe these things. We have all the phrases. We know them all backwards and forwards. But we aren't always living it. Because underlying all of that is years and years and years, and in fact, generation upon generation upon generation of history and collective consciousness that's pounding on us other things. You know, I don't believe I need new sheets for my bed, but I like them, so I go buy them. You know, there's magazines with pretty pictures of pretty bedrooms, and I want one. Does it make me feel better? I don't know. I don't know what's underlying all that. But I know that I'm living what I really believe. Now, I am grateful that my life is 1,000% better than it was 20 years ago when I found science of mind ideas. That I know. Life is a lot better. It was good, but it's so much better. But am I done yet? No. No, I'm not done yet. So I'm going to read off. I've got some things I found this morning. See, I write notes so that I can do this. So here's some ideas. I actually went and found the Science of Mind magazine sitting in the library on the shelf this morning. Do you believe there's a possibility of a complaint-free world? These are just titles off of here. Complaint-free world. Even in your world, can you live without complaining? God, I don't know.
How long?
A few minutes at a time, maybe? A whole day? Even in your mind? Ooh. I'm just throwing it out there, guys. I'm not saying it's pretty. I just grabbed all of these. I don't know what's on the... Here we go. The power of transformation. Do you have the power to transform your experience? You might say, yes, I believe that. Have you done this? To some degree, have you done this?
Yes.
Everybody's nodding yes. Everybody's transformed their experience. Has it always been good? Mostly, right? Mostly because we've learned some of this. Awaken to your pure perfection. Have we awakened to our pure perfection? Or do we believe diagnosis? Do we believe the numbers on the bank account? Is that creating limitation? Or do we really believe in our divine perfection? So I think what I'm showing you is that none of us are done. We have a little more to do. Enlightened and acting like it. Maybe not when I'm calling that guy an a-hole on the road. Maybe that doesn't work. I killed a spider when I came home. I'm sorry, I did.
And so it is.
And so it is. I killed a spider.
So what?
I have little moths in my pantry from time to time. I don't like those guys either, and I can't catch them and throw them out. They go.
Yeah.
Just thank you. Thank you for sharing. You're done.
You want it first.
Yeah. I do. Let's rewrite our story.
Yes.
Can you, I'm just pulling these out, guys. Can you rewrite your story?
Yeah.
You can. And if you rewrite your story and put whatever's going on now, if it's a negative situation in your life, you make that the middle of the story, not the end of the story. And you finish that story the way you want. You are putting into mind where you want this to go. Rewrite your story with the negative in the middle of it, not the end of it. It's kind of like my fortune cookie things, isn't it? I just kind of grab some things. That doesn't have much on it. Oh, it does. Divine bounty. Divine bounty. Where does all of your good come from?
Divine.
The divine. Does it come from what you do? Does it come from your Social Security check?
Sometimes.
I was raised in Science of Mind by a wonderful man who was my mentor, and actually the second or third pastor that I had. But he used to say, if you're living on a fixed income, who fixed it? Drop that phrase from your consciousness. Nothing is fixed unless you fix it. No more. Stop saying that stuff. It's not reality. There's always other options. These are the things we say. They're common. They're everyday things you hear people say all the time, and we get caught up in it. Everything is holy. Those moths in my pantry are holy.
Holy squished.
Holy squished. They are. Oh. Can I really get to that point where I believe that everything is holy? When I watch news, when I see fires and people losing their homes, can I say that all of this is holy, or am I busy judging what's good and what's bad? I think we all do a little bit of both. So I don't think any of us are really there with understanding really what our beliefs are. The problem is most of our beliefs are subconscious. We don't know what they are. They're so deep inside of us. But when pressure hits, I have another friend that used to talk about squeezing that orange. You squeeze an orange, what do you get? Orange juice. Can you get apple juice out of an orange? No. When pressure hits, we see what we really believe. And it's not always pretty, guys. Or sometimes you can actually see, wow, that was improvement over how I would have handled that a couple of years ago. And hang on to it. I'm improving. And so it is. Every word that comes out of your mouth, or every thought that comes into your head, and so it is. We've got to be more careful. I certainly do. But I think we all do. We have to look at what we're surrounding ourselves with. If you've got someone who calls you up to complain all the time, and you don't want to listen to complaining, you might have to end that relationship. Or you might have to find a way to transform that relationship. But if you allow yourself to be infused with someone else's negativity, you're doing it to yourself. Can you rise above that and stand in truth? Some of us have been trained to do that, but we still get caught. We all get caught from time to time. Quite a few years ago, I don't know how many years ago it was, I'm looking around at people who were there, we did a theta healing class. And a number of us went to this theta healing class, and what we were trained to do was explore what our deep-rooted beliefs were using muscle testing. I was going to do that, but it's just too difficult with everybody and different ways of doing it. But then go into a meditation and remove the beliefs that are not working for us. So I'd like everybody, we're going to do a short meditation. I'd like everybody to think of one belief that you're recognizing in your life, that one thing that isn't working real well, and figure out what is that belief that's causing that. Is it a relationship? Is it financial? Is it health? Is it creativity or work? What's that one thing that isn't really working for you, that you're complaining about, that you're feeling bad about? Everybody got something? Just one. Just one today. Just one right now. Because everybody identified something. One thing that isn't working in your life. Okay. Close your eyes for a minute. And I want you to access spirit, to connect with the divine consciously, to know that there is this divine energy, and this energy is moving through you, and that you have access to it. Call on spirit. Pure love, the divine, God, whatever you call it, intelligence, energy, call on